Kia ora, e te whānau, and welcome to PSA Youth's video series. We like to call this Congress 101. In this session, we'll learn about how notices of motion come to be and the process that someone undertakes to get one. As you can see, we've got a wonderful process diagram here. With this particular video, we're going to focus on 7 steps and then talk about the 8th step in the next video. So first up, you've got an idea. Maybe you think the PSA could be doing something better, or you've found that there's a gap that you think needs to be addressed. First up, check if there's a way of doing it outside of Congress. The PSA's strategic plan is developed by the Secretariat, so Congress isn't the time or place. However, if the rules are keeping you from doing something cool or having it recognised, you've got a reason to create a notice of motion. Next up is checking with other people that think the same way as you. This is where you have some yarns with people in your workplace, network, sector, and te runanga. If they think you're onto something, then you should create a discussion paper. That's where you put the argument on paper and discuss the need to implement your change. Once you've got the decision paper, you need people to approve it so you can take it to Congress. This can be done via te runanga, sector committees, and formal networks. They then vote on it, and if approved, your motion moves forward. Now, you might think that you've got it sorted. However, this is an important bit. You need to write the formal motion and use formal language that is not open to multiple interpretations. We've got cool people in our policy team who can help with the lingo if you require. We know there's a notice of motion for our friends over at the Eco Network to be a formal network. Here's what their remit looks like. They're suggesting a new rule, which means some numbers will need to be changed. They're referencing to the rule that refers to networks and talks about how the Eco Network will exist and fall under the formal network banner. They've also identified what they do as a network, so their mahi can be held accountable to you, the membership. To ensure the motion passes, people need to know how and why you got to the position of making a motion. This is done with a rationale section. This ends up in the Congress papers to help people inform the decisions of those at Congress. So it's important to keep it short, sweet, and clear. Our rules specify timelines for our notices of motion. It's absolutely vital for you to get the motion in to the National Secretaries before the closing date. These dates are pretty important, so they're well publicised. If you're not sure, ask your friendly PSA staffer or convener, and they can help you find out. Once all the motions come in, they then get sent out to all Congress delegates. This happens about 3 to 4 months before Congress, so you got time to discuss and consult with those you're representing. Sometimes motions get amended. You can do this 2 months out from Congress, otherwise it's from the floor, which means a change is proposed at Congress. It will be entertained if those attending Congress consent to the change. Our final step is about persuading and lobbying, but we'll talk about that in more detail in our next session. We hope that this video has helped you to understand how a motion gets from an idea to being in your pack for Congress. If you want to know something more, or you've got a question, just drop us a comment in the video below, DM us, or send us an email at psay@psa.org.nz. Thanks again for listening, and we'll see you in the next video.